Hey there. So yeah, next door to history. You can probably guess where this one's going. By far my most watched video is my permissions vid, and in it I do my best to cover as much as you're going to need to get onto somebody's property, assuming it's their property. I had driven by this permission that I got many times over the years, even before I got into detecting, and once I was into the hobby, this one came back up on my radar. So I finally catch the owner at home and come to find out that he only owns that much of the huge acreage that I want to get on. The rest is currently held in conservation. And he's a very old gentleman, so I got something wrong on that. His family was never owned into any of that property. That's my mistake. So let's see what I got. I don't know if I can ever get on other land, but let's take a look at what I did on this property. So this is a house that caught my eye for a while, and since this is going to be my year of permissions, I have been trying for the past 3 weeks to get this owner at home, and I finally did this week, and he agreed to give me permission to metal detect. What I thought was a 1780s home site and a whole bunch of farm property didn't turn out to be quite what I expected. The family broke off the other 33 acres that you can see behind me, and I'm stuck with about 1.5 acres to detect today. But that comes with something very interesting. Let's turn the camera around and take a look at the land that I can't detect on. Alright, so start over here. That's the original barn that's attached to the house. That's around 1800 from what the homeowner says. All this land out here, as you can see, which is roughly 33 acres, and believe it or not, there's a guy out metal detecting here today. I can't go over there. That technically that's not land I can be on, but I may go talk to him in a bit. Meanwhile, this is the really interesting part of what used to be their family property. And when they sold this land off, conservations grabbed it up immediately because they did not want this property being developed, and there's a very good reason. Up near the top of that hill over there is this town's original town hall meeting site that dates back to the 1700s. There's nothing up there now as far as I know, but that's where the original town hall meeting area would have been. And along that tree line, and you can see the stone pile there where the bridge going over the creek coming through here is, that's been repurposed for colonial use, but originally that was a Podunk Indian trail that would have been used for the Indians to go between their summer home closer to the Connecticut River and their winter homes farther inland. And that is very interesting. Obviously this is all land I can't detect. It's currently held by a conservation group, even though it's still being actively used for farming and somebody's detecting it currently. So I don't know if there's going to be any potential in the future to preserve some history for the historical site in the town, but I'd like to get a part of that if there's any way. In the meantime, let's go see what I can dig up on my little portion here. Well, I've been at it quite a while here, about 45 minutes. I did a little loop around the backyard. That's where the well is, and all around that, you know, all the tones I'm getting for buttons and anything else is just turning out to be scrap. Little bits of brass strapping, little bits of steel strapping. It's a little frustrating, but they're shallow, so I'm just kind of getting a culture for the way the yard's reading. I finally moved out back behind the, you can see the nose of my Jeep parking out right there. Back where the backyard meets the field, and I finally got a nice little tone deep enough where I knew it wasn't going to be junk. So let's turn around and take a look. And that was what was waiting for me about 6 inches down. There's actually initials on the back. It looks like L and P, and that's something I'm going to have to research, and I'll put a little note up on the side there. But that could be colonial. I'm not sure. Early 1800s. It still works. I'm amazed. But it's a nice little brass buckle. And I will take that for my first find of the day. So let's keep going. Well, I'm still kind of wandering around the back edge of the property here. See the Jeep over there. I don't know what this little gizmo would have been. Some little pivot there and some extra holes. No idea. It's another target that was deeper than all the junk that I'm digging, so I know it's something earlier. Well, let's keep it up. I may wander out in this cornfield before long here. So, stopping to take a little break here. It's getting hot. I gotta shed a layer. Grab something to drink. Yeah, this place isn't paying out like I hoped. Obviously, the place must have been detected at some point in the past. The family's owned the place for over 100 years. I haven't got any coins other than 2 memorial pennies, and they didn't even ring up high enough to make me think they were pennies. Just that buckle so far. So, I'm gonna have a little snack. I'm gonna go out in the field. Speaking of field, the gentleman that was out there is actually one of the neighbors, which is a little odd. He doesn't have permission to detect the property I'm on or the adjacent property that's owned by the Conservation Society, so not good. Let's get back to it, guys. Oh, this one sounded sweet at whatever, 7 inches. I have no idea what the heck this is. That is one weird little gizmo. Little tab up top, little vents, I don't know. Darth Vader mask? Maybe for being Bane. I don't know. Off we go. Well, I'm over where the property for this gentleman meets the property for the conservation group, just on the edge of his garage. And I got a couple deeper targets. One of them was junk. The other one was a little more optimistic. It was at the right depth, 6 inches, and it was a little mixed in with a little iron. I was hoping it was going to be a buckle, but nope. So that's what came out of the hole together, that nail and this lid, which is an interesting dotted pattern on it. I spin it around, you can see it's got, oh wait, it's got some writing on it now that's drying out. It says 3 flowers. This might be a ladies' compact lid. I see the word 3 flowers right over here, so that'll give me a little information. I can try and look it up. I can't read what's underneath it. There's like 2 more lines of writing, but very interesting. We'll find out what that is. Alright, if there's an Ethel Robertson watching this video, I found your tag. Paging, Ethel Robertson. I got your tag. Alrighty, marching through the cornfields finally, doing some back and forth. Nothing special here. Finally got a nice little repeatable tone. I was convinced it was going to be a button, and it was not. What it is appears to be the end of a spoon handle or a fork, maybe a knife. It's got some interesting circular pattern. Looks like maybe a head of wheat on the inside of it on that side, and the other side's got a larger wheat heads pattern to it. Interesting. Hopefully the phone's focused. It's so bright out I can't tell. There's some hope. Let's keep digging up here because I got another maybe hour or so, and then I'm going to start roasting pretty bad out in the sun. Alright, this is where I'm pulling the plug on this one. Just not a lot of finds here. So somebody's been at this place before. I mean, it's only about 1.5 acres I can detect, but 2 memorial pennies was all I could find for coins. Not a single button. Not much else. You didn't watch me digging so much tin, so much snip tin, so much other stuff like melted aluminum, melted lead. Everything that sounded like a button turned out not to be a button, so it didn't work out. But hopefully somehow, some way, somewhere down the line I can work out something to get on the property behind me, and maybe there'll be some more relics there, hopefully. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching this one, and we will see you soon.